Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are covering the final certification in ISA IEC 62443 series Maintenance Specialist Exam. The IC37M is the training course, that is Cybersecurity Operations and Maintenance. If you have been following my previous videos on the certification series, you know that this certification is part of the journey towards achieving your 62443 Cybersecurity Expert badge. Completing all four courses will qualify you for this recognition. So if you haven't already, be sure to check my previous videos covering the other 62443 certifications, and completing all four will get you closer to earning your expert badge. My only suggestion is, you can take any exam in order, but the prerequisite is IC32, that is Fundamental Certification Exam. After that, you can take any of the three, that is Risk Assessment, Design Specialist, and Maintenance Specialist. My only suggestion is go with the same flow, because some of the questions from Risk Assessment will be part of Design Specialist, and some of these Design Specialist and the Risk Assessment is part of Maintenance Specialist Exam. And even if you look at the syllabus in Maintenance Specialist, they are going to cover some of the design aspects as well as on the risk assessment. So that is what I followed. It worked for me. So I recommend you to go through the same flow until unless your company requires to do only the specific certification. For example, design and implement, and then maintenance specialist. So let's get started with IC37M. So in this video, what I am going to cover today is the syllabus overview, a quick breakdown on the topics covered in this course and priority sections and practice questions. So by end this video, you will have a clear understanding of what to expect in the 37 exam and how to prepare effectively. Before we continue, I want to share a quick disclaimer. The information in this video is based on my knowledge and experience. It does not represent the view or official parties of any organization of certification body, and this content is purely for educational purposes to help professionals to understand and prepare for this maintenance specialist exam. And while I made every effort to ensure accuracy, I recommend referring to the official sources and training material for most up to date information. And if you are preparing for the exam, always verify the details with official ISA training providers and consult expert for specific guidance. Thank you. Now that we have covered the introduction part, let's take a closer look at the IC37 and syllabus overview, cybersecurity operations and maintenance. This is the final course of the cybersecurity certificate program. It focuses on the activities associated with ongoing operations and maintenance. Okay, and what are the prerequisite to appear for this exam is you have to pass the cybersecurity fundamental exam, that is the first one, IC32. That is IC32 is a training program basically, and cybersecurity fundamentals exam. So what are the key objective is to you will learn about implementing backup and restoration procedure, and you can gain skills in incident response, change management, conducting cybersecurity audits for industrial control systems. And these are the different modules covered under IC37M. Also, I have shared the link in the video description. I would like to show. Yeah, so let us quickly go through the syllabus. Already have explained. All the informations are available in uh, learning objective, topics covered, etc. In each of the module, uh, you know which are those important priority sections that I will be covering in the next video. And usually, one of the common questions which have been asked by the learners is these exercises. Because when you choose IC37M, only you will be provided with the recorded video demonstrations. So you will not have access to any of these lab videos until unless you opt for class or virtual, uh, based training programs. And what are the resource that they have included is these 1-1, 2-1, 3-2, 3-3 standards. But if you are ISA member already, you can easily view these standards offline and online as well. But you cannot download any of these standards. So the recommended prerequisite is this, because but anyways, you can check. One more important thing, suppose if you want to have kind of mock test what I have prepared now, you can click on this IC37M knowledge check. It will take you to the Google Sheet Excel file where you can just click on select the correct answer and finally submit. So it will provide you the not exactly result, but at least you will come to know how many uh, answers are correct and where are the improvement points that you need to focus. Okay, so you might expect some of these questions as maybe repetitive, but I strongly believe that these are all just for your knowledge check only, not the actual exam questions. Even in my mock test, I try to keep it very simple, uh, and hopefully that will definitely help you the kind of questions you might expect during the exam, but not the actual exam questions. So out of these modules, the priority, I have set the priority. This is purely based on my understanding. So far, based on the feedback I got from the previous videos, that whatever I have given these priority sections, that really help audiences for before appearing for their exams. So what I felt is introduction to IACS life cycle under priority 2, network diagnostic and troubleshooting, and application diagnostic as operating procedure tools priority 1. So the reason why I have put for these two, it is not meant that it is not important, but you have to carefully, put extra efforts for these other three modules. Okay. Uh, yeah, and as a first module, some of the if you see look at the syllabus also, it's all part of the your cybersecurity risk assessment specialist and the design specialist exam. You might see some of the questions based on these life cycles. Okay, common questions, which is a part of maintain phase, cybersecurity maintenance, monitoring and management, change, or cyber incident response and recovery. So, like this kind of questions will be repetitive. And again, if you look at the syllabus, these topics are already covered, and you can expect the question from these. What are the 4 Ds or 5 Ds: deter, detect, delay, deny, defeat, and firewall. You can expect some questions from firewalls, IDS, access control, remote access, CFAT and CSAT. If you look at easily 5 to 10 questions you can expect out of these. Okay, so make sure you are if you want, you please refer to the your previous risk assessment specialist exam or design specialist exam as well before appearing for this one. So now let us jump into the practice questions straight away. Here is the first question: which of the following should be included in asset inventory throughout the IACS lifecycle? IACS means Industrial Automation and Control System. Only physical IACS hardware, IACS hardware both physical and virtual and software, only software application used in SCADA systems, only network component and security tools. So what is the correct answer? So we are talking about asset inventory. So it should include everything, right? It's not only about software, not only about network component or physical. It should include hardware and software. In hardware both physical and virtual. So the right answer is B. Question number 2: when using automated tools for asset inventory in an IICS environment, what is the most important consideration? They should not impact system availability or integrity. They should run continuously without monitoring. They should replace all manual security checks. They should introduce new security measures automatically. So what are we talking about? Here is automated tool for asset inventory. Important consideration. So basically it should not impact system availability or integrity, because that is the most critical in these essential operation of industries like manufacturing or energy, utilities, marine, etc. Any disruption of or any impact from these automated tools which will lead to downtime, production loss, or even safety risk, catastrophic events, fatalities. That's why automated scale, all these tools must be carefully tested before deployment to ensure they do not interfere with your system operations or introduce security vulnerabilities. Hence, the option A, they should not impact system availability or integrity, is the right answer. Question number 3: what is the primary goal of system hardening in an IACS environment? Increasing the system performance by optimizing hardware usage, securing a system by reducing its attack surface, expanding system capabilities by adding more software and services, and allowing unrestricted access to improve operation efficiency. So system hardening, why do we do? It's a hardware, security best practices. System hardening, it's all about minimizing the security risk by eliminating unnecessary entry point that attackers could exploit. So, like for example, removing unused software or disabling unnecessary service or enforcing a strong access control, security patches, application. So unlike other options like system optimization or system expansion, and then allowing the unrestricted access for the operational efficiency, the right answer is securing a system by reducing its attack surface. So that's the correct answer. Question number 4. Which of the following is an essential measure to enhance OS security, operating system security? Configure the OS user authentication to ensure only authorized user can access the system. Allow all user to access it without authentication for convenience. Disable security feature to improve system performance. Install unnecessary software and services to increase system functionality. So the right answer is, I mean, it is pretty straightforward because all the other three are, weaken the, it can weaken your system by giving unauthorized access or disable security features. So what are we talking about is enhance OS security. Definitely it's a user authentication, which is a fundamental security concepts, right? So the right answer is A. Which of the following is considered an unnecessary software or service that should be removed to enhance OS security? Unused device drivers, messaging services, essential security updates and patches, system authentication and access controls, network monitoring and intrusion detection tools. So the right answer is A. Unused device drivers and messaging services. Because when securing an operating system, it's important to reduce its attack surface by removing unnecessary software and services, right? Because all these like games, remote access clients, and it can introduce any potential vulnerability if not properly managed or updated. And option B, C, D refer to the critical security components like updates, authentication controls, and then the security monitoring, etc. So the right answer is unused device drivers and messaging services is the correct answer. Question number 6. As part of IACS device hardening best practices, what should you do if a PLC or a device has a key switch in run? So this is the highlighted word mode or a software switch for running. So key switch in run. Option A, enable remote program changes for easier access. Disable remote program changes to enhance security. Keep all default settings to maintain factory configurations. Allow unrestricted access to improve operational efficiency. So we are talking about a PLC or a similar device which has a key switch in run or software switch. So usually what we do is one of the best practices for IACS device hardening is to prevent any unauthorized or accidental modification to a critical systems like PLCs or safety systems or industrial devices has a key switch in the run mode. So it should be set to prevent remote program changes. So hence the right answer is disable remote program changes. So if we allow, it can introduce security risk. Then your option C is default setting. Uh, you know, uh, it is like unrestricted access, right? Uh, I mean, if you keep the default setting, that is also becomes security risk. Then unrestricted access to improve operational efficiency. This also could increase the risk for cyber threats and operational failures, right? So hence the right answer is disable remote program changes to enhance security. Question number 7. Which of the following is considered a best practice for securing network devices? Use SNMP version 3 with encryption enabled. Allow telnet for remote management. Keep default password for easier access. Option D is enable all network services for flexibility. So if you look at the options, what are we talking about? Best practice for securing network devices. So all these three looks like a weakened security system, right? Because we will not allow telnet for remote management, and also it's a best practices to change the default passwords, and also we will not enable all the network for flexibility. but use of SNMP version, simple network management protocol, is commonly used for monitoring or managing network devices. But older version like SNMP version 1 and 2, which lacks encryption, making them vulnerable to any attacks. So that's why we, SNMP version 3 introduces encryption and secure authentication. So it's significantly improving your network security. So hence the option A is the correct answer. Question number 8. What do access controls primarily govern in a system? Option A. The use of system resources to ensure access by authorized user programs and processes. The automatic granting of access to all users without restrictions. Option C. The removal of all authentication measures to simplify system access. The enforcement of unlimited user access without monitoring. So what are we talking about is access control primarily govern in a system. So option A is the right answer, because its access control is fundamental part of your cybersecurity, which will help you to protect your sensitive system resources from any unauthorized access. And also they enforce your policies, procedures, and technical controls, so that only approved user or application process can interact with the system. And all these other options, it will weaken the system security, by allowing your unrestricted access and remove all authentication measures, and also enforcement unlimited user access. So hence the right option is A. Which of the following can be used for multi-factor authentication? Option A, retinal signature, smart card, GPS location. Option B, username only, smart card, username and email address, fingerprint, retina scan, face recognition. So what is the right answer? If you remember, multi-factor authentication requires two or more authentication factors from different categories, like something example like password or PIN, and then something you have, that is smart card or token, and something you are, like fingerprint or retinal signature, somewhere you are, like GPS location. So in this, option B is ruled out because only one. We need multi-factor authentication. Smart card, username and email address. Username and email address are identifiers, not the authentication factors, and it is ruled out. Fingerprint, retina scan, face recognition, all these three are belong to the something no, you are. So MFA requires at least two different categories. So hence the right answer is retinal signature, like biometric. Smart card is your possession, and GPS location is a geographic factor. So right answer is retinal signature, smart card, and GPS location. Question number 10. What is a key security limitation of VPN technology? VPNs do not limit the protocols that can be sent or detect malicious code or behavior. VPNs automatically block all unauthorized traffic and malware, and then VPNs replace the need of firewalls and other security measures. VPNs prevent all type of cyber attacks. So the right answer is A, because as a technology, the virtual private networks, it helps encrypt data and provide a secure remote access, but they do not inspect or filter the traffic passing through them. So this means that any malicious code or unauthorized protocols or hidden threats can still travel through a VPN tunnel undetected. So option B, C, D are incorrect because VPNs do not block malware by default, right? And C is do not replace the firewalls or intrusion detection system, and then cannot prevent all cyber attacks. Yeah, that's correct. So the key security limitation is do not limit the protocols that can be sent or detect malicious code or behavior. Question number 11. What is the recommended approach for managing antivirus software in industrial control systems? So managing antivirus software. Option A, automatic updating for non-critical systems or system with vendor-approved update schemes. Disabling antivirus on all control system components to avoid interference. Only relying on manual updates for all the systems, and avoiding antivirus software on plant flow system due to compatibility concerns. So the right answer is automatic updating for critical, non-critical systems or system with vendor-approved update schemes, because in the past it was believed that antivirus software was incompatible with the industrial control system, but that is no longer true, because today all major industrial control systems like DCS, PLC vendors, They support antivirus solution for Windows-based platforms. A mixed deployment strategy is always recommended, like for example, automatic update for non-critical system or where vendor approved update exists, and this manual scheduled updates for more sensitive systems where real-time updates could disrupt your operations, and also antivirus scanning at the control system firewall to add an as an additional layer of security, right? And option B, C, and D are incorrect because disabling antivirus entirely or relying only on manual updates or avoiding antivirus, that would increase the risk of malicious infection. Then definitely might cause the cyber related production losses. Which system backup method is used for PCs to include code, applications, images, partitions, files, and configuration? Point in time snapshots, continuous data replication, incremental backups only, or manual file copying. So, continuous data replication means it focuses on the real time data synchronization, not full system snapshots. Then incremental backups store only changes made after the last backup, but they do not capture a full system state. And manual file copying is not a structured backup method and lacks automation. So the right answer is point in time snapshot because it captures the complete image of your uh, system at a specific moment, including code or applications, partitions, files, and configurations. Also, this particularly useful for any PCs, PLCs, and servers, allowing for a quick restoration in case of failures, cyber incidents, or system crashes. Question number 13. Which of the following techniques are commonly used for detecting abnormal activity in a system? Signature based and behavior based, only whitelist based detection, manual inspection of logs, disabling monitoring to reduce system load. So signature based detection, like compare objects against a blacklist of known threats, and behavior based detection, monitor systems or user behavior against known bad behaviors to identify threats. And your anomaly based detection behave, it compare behaviors against a whitelist of your normal activity to detect any deviations. And option B and C and D are incorrect because only using a whitelist or manual log inspection or disable monitoring are ineffective for real time threat detection. Hence, the right answer is signature based and behavior based. Question number 14. Which of the following are key phases of the incident response life cycle? Planning, containment, remediation, ignoring alerts, delaying response, restoring operations, allowing incident to resolve on their own, logging, no follow up, only fixing immediate issues without further investigation. So, as we know, the right answer is planning, containment, and remediation. If you look at the incident life cycle, incident response, uh, starting from planning, incident prevention, detection, containment, remediation, recovery, restoration, and post incident analysis for forensics, you would easily expect you know 6 to 7 questions from this chart alone. Chart in the sense, uh, you have to know what is happening in the planning and what do we do in incident prevention, even detection, containment, remediation. In each of the section you would expect easily answer 7 questions. So this is the most easiest topics that you can cover. Make sure you know these life cycles very carefully. Okay, so the right answer was planning, containment, and remediation. That was the correct answer. What is the primary goal of performing digital forensic after an incident? To gain a better understanding of the event by finding and analyzing related facts, to immediately restore system without investigating the cause, to permanently delete all logs and traces of the incident, and to punish employees for security breaches. So the primary goal of performing digital forensic is to gain a better understanding of the event by finding and analyzing related facts. So it will uncover how they occurred and user the findings to improve security and prevent any future attacks. Uh, Usually this is done by using a structured process like collecting, examination, analyzing, reporting of digital evidences. Okay. And also, you can expect at least 2 to 3 questions from the forensic workflow. Okay, if you go through the syllabus and the material content, that is more than sufficient. Okay, that's it for this session. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped you with your 62443 exam preparation. I will be covering more question sets in the next video, that is mock test 2 for maintenance specialist exam. So stay tuned for that. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn for any support for any cybersecurity certification guidance. And if you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel and stay updated on future content. See you in the next video.